if for people who don't know, Gym Leader Challenge is a singleton monotype format. So the rules are you're only allowed to play one kind of Pokemon. In this deck, I play Dragon Pokemon. You're only allowed to play one of each unique card. So I only actually have one Bagon, one Shelgon, one Salamence. I only have one Druddigon. And you're not allowed to have any rule box Pokemon. So no Pokemon V, no Pokemon V Max, V Star, GX, no Tag Team Pokemon, EX, or anything crazy like that. No Radiant Pokemon, despite the fact that they are single prize Pokemon, they do have a rule box. So this format really creates good, long games that should almost never be the same. You can build your deck for consistency, but at the end of the day, there is no one strategy that's going to win you every single game. Sometimes the prizing just isn't there, so this format really rewards those who can build their deck for any kind of situation. What I love about Dragon is, despite the fact that I do have a couple Pokemon that I rely on for their abilities, such as, let me rip them on out of here real quick.
These greens look good on here.
I have Fast Call Dragonite, which is absolutely a cracked card. It's like a card I can compare it to that has come out more recently is in, I think it's Astral Radiance. We got a Gallade with a Buddy Catch ability, yes. And it's just go get a supporter from your deck. This Dragonite has the exact same ability with a different name. And in a limited format like this, where you only have one of each card in your deck, being able to go get that one supporter for turn right when you need it is very strong. The other Pokemon with an ability I'm really relying off my board is the Dragon called Gabite. It's just nice if you don't have that super cracked timer ball in your hand or a mysterious treasure, the ability to just kind of like go get a Pokemon is nice. Sometimes if you have Gible as a starting Pokemon and you have the out to Guzma Hala with Double Dragon and Gatejaw Bog, you can use Gabite to, on your second turn, go get a Pokemon and have that be the Pokemon for damage to activate Drampa's Berserk to do the full 160. Which is definitely, it's a donk in this format. It is definitely capable of going second and taking a donk, which I love. It's not something that you see a lot in Gym Leader Challenge format. A lot of the real big powerhouse decks take, anywhere from 2 to 3, 4 turns to really get set up to do what they want. But this Dragon deck can play from about nothing. I play Parallel City and sometimes put myself under bench lock just to limit the damage of my opponent, because I don't need more than a couple Pokemon in play, despite the fact that those 2 Pokemon I had out are very powerful Pokemon with abilities that I use to accelerate my board. At the end of the day, Dragonite can still do 120 damage, which in this format is very relevant, and the Sonic Slip Garchomp that just came out in Brilliant Stars is one of the strongest attackers in this deck. Sonic Slip, upon activation, will make Garchomp basically invincible for the turn. So even to put it in the active and not attack could put your opponent back, one turn enough to where you can hit for 160 and take a knockout the next turn. They're going to have to play something crazy like, what's that card? Pokemon Ranger. Ranger would turn off the effect of Sonic Slip. About nothing else really would, because it's an effect on the Pokemon itself.
So Hex Maniac cannot bypass Sonic Slip,
which is fantastic. The only downside is having to discard 2 cards off the top of your deck is a hefty price to pay. Sequencing is extremely important in this format for conserving your resources and managing your resources. There has been times where I didn't need to play the special charge that was in my hand to retrieve the Double Dragon energy, but I was greedy and did so in case I was End or Marnied or red carded, something of the sort. And I actually discarded some very important cards like Double Dragon energy. So sometimes it's better to make sure you're going to attack with this at a point where your deck is full of stuff you don't need. It isn't always like that because in Gym Leader Challenge, you need all 60 of those cards. What Andy's got re-sleeving over there is his colorless deck, and it features some really, really cool Pokemon. What set is that Regigigas from? It's like 12 years old.
Phantom Forces.
Phantom Forces Regigigas has an attack for 3 colorless, and it is Daunt for 80 damage. And 80 damage doesn't really seem like a crazy thing, but Andy also plays Goose Mahala in this deck, so the ability to get Regigigas, 3 energy on it, and a Pot Helmet by turn 2 are really good if he goes first and can start Regigigas and get the turn attachment. Daunt for 80 actually reduces the damage it takes, and it's before, right? It's
before weakness.
Before weakness, it reduces it to 40. So even if you were hitting it for weakness with a fighting type Pokemon, that reduction for 40 plus before weakness plus the reduction of 30 of Pot Helmet after weakness. Well, Regigigas can become one of these invincible Pokemon that you want to be able to take it down, but for some reason you just swing into it every turn and can't seem to take it down. And for those who don't know, being able to have a Pokemon in your active and have it take multiple knockouts, whether it be all on the same turn, like the Guzzlord that is very popular in the Dark deck, its attack Red Banquet, can take 2 prizes if it takes a knockout with that attack. Super strong. Whether it's taking multiple prizes off of 1 knockout or it is just tanky and large enough to where it can whiff a hit over and over. Woo! I will take heads.
Tails it is, so I'm going to go first, giving me a little bit of an advantage.
You want to shuffle that as good as you can. Oh, I guess it wasn't sorted. It was
no,
just
it wasn't
re-sleeved.
sorted. Yeah, so we're good. Cut or tap.
I will cut you very carefully.
Yep.
This double-sleeved deck with brand new sleeves.
There we go, yep.
It's just a blessing to be able to take my first hand every time and look down at all some of my favorite Pokemon. I love it.
And
then I get a hand with some of my favorite Pokemon in it, which is also pretty sweet.
Both of us playing some of our favorite Pokemon, mine being Kecleon and Regigigas.
Yeah, we know you love Regigigas.
And we do have new playmat designs for us 4 coming out soon. I can't wait to show you yours.
I'm excited.
And then let's get this last thing underway. Good luck, man.
Good luck.
Gonna get to play with a Pokemon I never get to play with, Smeargle.
Exactly.
We're gonna draw for turn here. We're going to attach a Twin Energy.
Woo!
And we're gonna bench Teddiursa. We're going to play an Acrobike. Look at the top 2. We're actually going to discard the... we're going to discard the Cynthia. This card is too good to not grab. And we will go ahead and pass the turn over to you.
Alright, I'm going to draw for the turn. And this is a little bit unoptimal. I'm going to attach... I want to get this Prism Energy out of my hand. It is something that is only good on a basic Pokemon. So if I can save some of the basic energy in my hand for a later game, or for a later Pokemon, that would be super good. I am, unfortunately, going to have to put this Gapejaw Bog down now. The best is Bog, Double Dragon, but I did not have an out to the Double Dragon turn 1. I'm just going to Tate and Liza for a shuffle draw.
Tate and Liza, one of the best supporters in my opinion for GLC. Having that double option is just phenomenal. I would have liked the new Serena card coming out to have been for not just V Pokemon. That way you could put it in GLC and it'd be a fantastic card. Draws you up to 5, or you can use it as boss's orders, but only on V Pokemon. So it's a little unfortunate for this format, but still going to see a lot of play going forward.
Alright, tap or cut, sir. And let's see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wowzers. Okay, I'm going to... This seems pretty bad. I don't want to have to bench it under Gapejaw Bog, but I have to. Got to get something going here, so let's go. 2 here. 2 here.
Oh, wow.
2 here. I drew into some Pokemon for sure. What's up?
There we go.
Alright. And I'm going to Corkscrew Punch for 30. Little pokes don't seem like it would
Draw
be
for turn.
super optimal, but at the end of the day, that poke for 30 can be really, really important.
We're going to play Peonia to grab these 3. I am going to put back 1, 2, 3, and those are going to be in that order. I will bench a Kangaskhan.
Give job ball.
Yep. Attach a powerful colorless energy to Kangaskhan. I will.
So live painting.
Yep, and we're going to use live painting. Does 30, 60, 90 damage.
Sweet.
I was 1 short. If I had the energy from the Peonia, I would have gotten it.
That would have been nuts.
It would have been really good.
So I'm going to draw for turn. And this is really, really not what I want. I kind of don't want to have to do it quite like this. But I'm going to attach the double dragon. A turn late.
Right.
And then I'm going to play Gloria.
Okay. Bypassing the Gapejaw Bog, which is very nice. Very nice indeed.
I figured that's why it would be a great chance to get it going right now. I think I'm going to just take the 1 Pokemon. It does say up to 3, so I do not have to grab 3 Pokemon and put them on my bench, or at least fill my bench with 2 and just take 2. I'm going to Berserk for the first knockout of the game. Turn 2! Berserk for 160. That's kind of crazy in this format.
Turn 3, right? I went
I went
first.
first.
Oh no, it's your turn 2. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. I thought I went first. Didn't I go first?
No, yeah, you did go first, so I guess this would be my turn 2, yeah.
Okay. We're going to draw for turn. We are going to bench Regigigas. I will attach a Psychic Energy to my Kangaskhan. Attach a Cape of Toughness, giving him 50 more HP. And I will use Rally Back for 140 damage in the knockout. And we're actually going to grab one of these prize cards because of the Peonia. I know what 3 of them are.
Part of me was slightly motivated to not just take the full knockout right there, to try and Corkscrew Punch again and recommit that energy elsewhere.
Right.
But thinking about it now, I probably should draw for the turn, and that is awesome. So I'm going to top deck the Gabite, and I'm going to use its ability, Dragon Call.
Oh, don't get the one I wanted. Oh, no. Okay, alright. I thought you had Dragonite with Rare Candy in your hand. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
no.
that would have been
I'm
crazy. Yeah, that would have been it. For sure. For sure.
It is nice knowing that this upcoming tournament is going to be best of 3. So, we are, going to be really fortunate that these GLC decks don't just lose us a game with, a turn 2 Berserk or a turn 2 Daunt or Kecleon. So it'll be fortunate.
Really not the best, but I am going to play the special charge now and put these energy back.
Oh, brutal. And with the 1 card in hand, and you didn't use a supporter the last turn, I'm just assuming that it's not a supporter.
You are correct. Unfortunately, just have to pass right here.
All right.
And next turn, hopefully I can get the Dragonite going, go get that supporter. It's super, super strong to be able to do so.
I will draw for turn. I am going to attach a Fire Energy to Kangaskhan here, and I'm going to use my own Tantalizer to shuffle draw 5.
Awesome.
Kangaskhan being utilized the first time ever against TJ in this matchup. I never get to use it. I have way too many Pokemon in this deck, but it feels really nice to have a lot of options. And the Smeargle, honestly, doing some work there. The 90 damage was
super
just
relevant.
Yeah, it was 1 short from knockout, which was crazy.
But that's the advantage of colorless and having the wide assortment of Pokemon that you do have. You get to play basically one of every different kind of basic energy for your Kecleon. Tap.
Yeah.
Not just fueling your live painting attack, but also lets your Kecleon basically hit anything in this format for weakness.
Kecleon, yep.
What is that? Chroma Shift Kecleon? That card is so sweet.
And we will go ahead and use Hammer In for 120 damage. And we're going to evolve first, and then we're going to use
Good call.
And I know that this card is the card that I want to grab now because of the Peonia.
Yep, and that's chill. He did play the Peonia. He knows what's there. Normally, it's like, hey,
whoa, why are you drawing those out of order, right? Yeah.
So this is pretty interesting. I'm gonna use Dragon Call. Get my friend Dragonite. I'm going to use Dragonite's ability, Fast Call.
Pro gamer! I didn't see how that one was.
We'll take Guzma and Hollow.
The Guardian, or was it fall damage? Oh.
I'm not level up yet. I'm trying.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm going to play this Guzma and Hollow. I'm going to discard these two monsters.
Hinox do a lot of damage.
I'm going to go get Counter Energy, which seems really good. I am behind in prizes, in fact.
Yes.
I'm thinking this Dragon Talon could actually be very relevant for later. I love this card in this deck specifically because I play Pokemon like this Salamence that do 120 more if there's already damage counters on the Pokemon. This Kyurem has a spread attack which pings 20 to the bench. Gatejaw Bog could put bench damage on his Pokemon, setting up for Salamence to take an Oko and even some of the biggest stuff in the format, which is awesome. Last card I'm looking for, I don't know if it is actually here, which is enough to make a grown man cry. But that is this format.
Parallel?
Yup, I would love to throw down a parallel city. But amidst all this shiny stuff, I do not see it. So my last stadium is going to be a Storm Mountain.
Which is still pretty good. You get to establish yourself.
Exactly. I need to get something else going. I really didn't want to have to get rid of Regidrago there. Because I'm already down Drago and Kyurem. So I'm going to bump the Gatejaw Bog. I'm going to attach the Dragon Talon and the Counter Energy.
With a new card in.
I'm going to use the Stormy Mountains.
And actually, this is a good point to bring up. Neither of us play Hex Maniac. So, we both know that. There's no way to shut each other's abilities off. Which is crazy, but...
It's not
Hex Maniac is
necessarily like the craziest.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so I have something there. I'm going to Stormy, and I think I'm going to go get my Bagon. I love this card. It has a sweet hollow pattern and a continuous headbutt attack that technically has an infinite damage cap. It is awesome.
And you're hitting for 160, which is just enough. Surprisingly. The Cape of Toughness, one of the best cards for GLC, giving that Pokemon 50 HP more.
The Gatejaw Bog really, really saved me in the mathematics department.
Indeed.
I do have a no-card hand, but honestly, I don't feel that bad. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to, and let's take a moment to appreciate this. Trainer Gallery from VMAX Climax. In Gym Leader Challenge format, you can play Japanese cards. It's just, a belief of the creator of this format that you should be able to have access to the stuff that isn't there in the States, provided that it is what it says on the card as it says in English. So, I do have the English version of this card in case Andy was like, what does it do? It is a revenge attacker, so it'll do 40 plus 120, which is massive. I'm going to take a knockout with revenge for 160.
Yep. And that is going to knock a lot of energy off of my board. We are going to promote Ursaring. Draw, because off of my prizes, I did grab that Ursaluna, which I knew was there. I am going to play Parallel City, just in case you drew it off of the prizes. And I am going to play Bridget. Bridget is going to grab me a Minccino so that I can draw some more cards. A Ditto so that I can use those Fallen members' attacks. And the Golden Snorlax.
Woo!
This Snorlax is the most expensive card in the deck so far. Thus, until we get Tropical Beach. Which will be super cool.
And he's running a secret rare Jubilife, which is like the Riot Aid version of...
Yeah.
What's that? The beach, the Tropical Beach.
Yep. Better tap. And we do have an energy for the turn, so we're going to use Pete Hunt, which is really good for some of those control decks out there. It just grabs 2 cards from my discard pile and puts them into my hand. And we're going to grab Twin Energy and a Cynthia.
This would actually be super ideal if I played the Slimy Rune Gudra. Actually makes your opponent flip a coin every time they try to attach an energy from their hand, whether it's manually or an ability. So, the ability to make your opponent have to discard those energy. Pete Hunt is really good for getting them back, which is nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to draw for the turn. I'm going to attach for turn to this Bagon, and I'm going to use Dragon Call, then Fast Call. This is like a little bit of a sticky spot for me. I don't really get to do anything that crazy because I have the counter energy, and this is only effective if I'm behind in prizes. Right now, we have the exact same amount of prizes, so this is actually just a plain old colorless energy, which is pretty raw.
And Druddigan is one of those Pokemon in particular that has a fire and a water for his regular attack as well as his bigger attack. So he can't even attack if you get a fire energy or a water energy.
That is true. I think here I'm going to, on my Fast Call with Dragonite, I'm going to go take Cynthia.
And that Cynthia is one of my favorite cards in TJ's deck. It is a Cynthia from a Mewtwo battle deck.
No, it's from the Battle Academy box. It's like a $20 thing you use to teach children to play the game.
It's amazing.
The whole deck is max rarity except for like the one card that is like one of the nicest cards in the deck. It's just a 35-cent Battle Academy box thing. Beautiful. I love it. I think even the basic energy that came in that deck had the little Mewtwo stamp on it, which is pretty cool. My first tournament that I ever played in, I played Mew VMAX, and I had those little Mewtwo stamped energies, and I was like, this is cute. Huh.
Right.
So let's see what I've got now.
And TJ's deck in particular is my favorite match to go against because my Kecleon is completely useless. I can't use him at all to hit weakness on his Pokemon because his Pokemon have either Fairy weakness or no weakness, and I don't run Fairy energy. I just run every energy except for Steel and Fairy, so I'm not able to hit Fairy-type Pokemon for weakness or Dragon-type Pokemon for weakness.
So I think here I am just going to pass, unfortunately. I don't get to attack or do anything crazy.
We'll draw for turn.
But this Dragon Talon at least will set up some damage for the next turn, provided Andy does not play the Field Blower.
We'll attach
before my next turn
the
starts.
Twin Energy, and we will play Cynthia.
I imagine that is what he's going for. He did not play the boss to kill something on my bench, so if he could pick the Field Blower out of these 6 cards, especially because he plays the extra digging cards like Acrobike and Trekking Shoes.
Yep.
you'll see that Andy really likes to get into his deck and find stuff. If he could play 4 Celebrations Muse in his GLC decks, I bet he would.
Cut or tap.
Tap.
Take 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're actually going to go in with another dig card, an Energy Lotto.
Woo.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Super powerful card.
5, 6, 7. Grabbing a Water Energy. Oops. Slippery New Sleeves. And am I going back in? I am not. So
Sweet.
we'll shuffle that back. Brand New Sleeves. Shuffle really nicely.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. The apple green sleeves.
Mighty pretty. And if anyone here is wondering where these mats came from, the Controlled Chaos Gaming mat and the mats you see on the left, they're actually like super high quality inked gaming mats.
Inked
They're
gaming, yep.
super nice mats.
We'll evolve into Chinchino and we'll use Make 2 to discard a boss and draw 2. 1, 2.
The only gust options in this format really are
Super Rod.
Boss's Orders or Lysander and Guzma. So to see that boss go down is actually a little bit of a sigh of relief.
Put those back with the Super Rod.
Sweet.
And we will simply end my turn by using Bulky Bump for 200 damage.
The
An
effect-
absurd amount.
The effect of Dragon Talon is to put 3 damage counters on said attacking Pokemon, which doesn't seem like anything crazy, but this Ursaluna is going down this turn for sure. I'm going to draw for the turn. I'm going to play the Super Rod. Like I said, this deck lives and breathes off of these monstrous basic Pokemon I play, like Kyurem and Druddigan. And I think I want to go get this Regidrago. Andy plays some stuff in this deck that doesn't like to get killed, and this Regidrago does 240, and it likes to kill stuff.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that if the availability to get this Pokemon set up this game is there, that I can do so. I believe I Guzma hollowed away the Fire Energy, which is really good. What I think I'm going to do right here is evolve to Salamence. I'm going to attach for a turn there. And this all seems good. I'm going to Dragon Call to go get my next attacker. I'm thinking my next attacker might just be that Regidrago I put back. I'm going to fast call while I'm in the deck, actually, go get my supporter for the turn, which I'm hoping is this pretty Raihan. I'm going to do just that exactly and take this fighting energy, or this fire energy out and attach it for a turn. Or for off the Raihan, rather. And I get to go get a card from my deck. This card I'm just going to put this in my hand for next turn. Seems good. I don't need Andy to see that because Raihan is, in fact, I don't have to show him the card I take off it. Having it for next turn seems really good. So this is quite awesome. I get to not intimidate anymore. I get to Fierce Dragon. That was a close one. I get to Fierce Dragon for 220 damage, which is tremendous.
And I will promote the Ditto.
And this Ditto is incredibly strong. With its ability, it can, provided it has the energy requirement of a basic Pokemon in the discard pile, it can do so.
I'm going to use Scoop Up Net to pick up Regigigas.
Me.
And play him back down. Attach a Pot Helmet. And I will use Raihan. So 2 back-to-back Raihans, 1 from me, 1 from you.
It
I will
proves
attach
itself
energy.
every single game to be such an insane card in this format where you only play one ofs. Just being able to go hand pick a card from your deck is quite good. As we've seen from Arceus in standard format, just the ability to just pick up your deck and be like, I want this one.
Yep.
That is very powerful.
Okay, so I have my card right there. And cutter tap.
Tap.
We are gonna shuffle the cards a little bit. We're actually going to use Make Do, discarding N and grabbing 2 cards. We will then attach a double colorless energy
Awesome.
to my Ditto.
That double colorless is huge because if it was a double turbo, he would go to use Rally Back and actually do less. I imagine that's what he might be doing.
I'm actually going to use Live Painting
Oh no.
for 30, 60, 90, 120.
Woo!
120 damage.
Ditto showing its worth in this format, honestly, in the colorless deck. It's something, people saw this card and probably didn't think, oh man, Gym Leader Challenge for this card all day. In a little bit of a situation now. I'm going to attach for turn to Gabite. It is very strong. I'm going to now take the opportunity to Field Blower this and the Pot Helmet.
Yep.
Holding on to that Field Blower just to specifically do that. I think I'm going to give a preemptive attachment of the Fighting Fury Belt to Regidrago. It doesn't really matter that much, but if I could force him to play the Field Blower now, it could save me later from when I go and attach something else. I'm going to use the fast call ability of Dragonite. And I'm going to go take Gladion. This seems like a really good turn just to reassess what's in my prizes, take something if I want it. I'm also going to use Gabite's Dragon Call to put Garchomp in my hand. I don't know if I'm going to evolve it. I'm at a point where even if he were to boss and kill it, I still have 2 ginormous attackers in play that can absolutely get it done. So I'm going to put this in my hand, and I'm going to play the Gladion. And this is exactly what I wanted to see. I'm going to put the Gladion back in my prizes, and I'm going to take my own Parallel City. I'm going to limit his bench to 3. From here, I think all I need to do is... I think I'm just going to take the knockout with Fierce Dragon for 100. It only does 100, but it is enough in this situation. Thank goodness.
And we will promote Regigigas and draw for turn.
Sweet.
We're going to use Special Charge to put back that double colorless that just got knocked off and the Twin Energy that I discarded earlier. And we're really hoping to draw one of those to use Daunt.
It's a shame he didn't see the Energy Lotto a little bit later. It'd be really great to draw an Energy Lotto if he doesn't get that. The extra reach always proves itself to be super worthwhile in this format. My deck doesn't play it just because I have Pokemon that literally go get me exactly what I want. Tap.
We are going to go ahead and play Goodnight Village down. And we will make 2, discard a water, draw 2. And we did happen to get the Twin Energy, which is awesome. And we are going to bench the Kangaskhan. He's a great rally back attacker. I did Super Rod him in earlier, so that's why I didn't Ditto with him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And we are going to use Daunt for 80 damage in the knockout.
Unfortunate, Salamence goes down.
This one. Okay.
I gotta say, I love this card. Salamence is one of my favorite Pokemon, and to have him front and center on the big stage makes me so happy. This format truly gives life to a lot of these cards that regularly, like this Regidrago gets played in meme decks, but is about to kill this Regigigas, despite all of the reduction, which is so fantastic. I'm going to draw for turn. I think I'm going to play the Versus Seeker that's in my hand. That was the card that I took off of Raihan last turn, so I could play Raihan, or the turn prior, so I could play Raihan this turn. I'm going to Raihan the water energy from my hand to Gabite. And then the card I'm going to go get from my deck is actually the Double Dragon energy for Regidrago, and I now fit its 1 fire, 2 grass requirement. I'm going to play Fast Call to thin out my hand. I think I'm just going to get the boss's orders, because it's just never bad to have a boss in your hand, I feel like, in this format. And then I'm going to use the Dragon Call ability of Dragonite, or Gabite rather, to go get Drudigan. This is like, in my opinion, it feels like the worst Pokemon to start with in this deck. But because of cards like Tag Call and Guzma Hala, I play stuff like Fighting Fury Belt and the Double Dragon. I can actually use this Dragon Claw attack for 130 on turn 2, which, despite the fact that it's not the intended purpose of having Drudigan in the deck, it definitely has won games, which is really, really cool. Alright, and here I have the knockout. I get Dragon Energy for 250, which is just ridiculous.
Yep.
And even with the reduction of 40...
Still 210, yep. Alrighty, we will promote to Kangaskhan. We really have to draw some good cards here. We did draw something pretty good. We're going to bench Lugia, and we're going to use Max Elixir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, unfortunately I did not get anything because I've already used so many energies. So not a ton left in the deck, which is totally fine. We are going to go ahead, however, and let's see, we have a bunch of stuff down. Okay, we're going to go ahead and use Make 2 to discard a Grass Energy. Draw 2 cards. 1, 2. And at this point, I really need a lot of cards, so we're going to go ahead and use Palpad to put back Raihan and N. Those 2?
Yep. Seems good.
And we're gonna research, because we need to find a Fighting Fury Belt, a double energy, it's double colorless actually, I need the exact one, and we need a Field Blower.
I think the Field Blower didn't come down yet.
Nope. So we need Field Blower, Fighting Fury Belt, and the double energy. So Raihan cannot get us all 3, so we are gonna go ahead and use research.
Go ahead, rip it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I actually didn't get any of them.
Dang.
So that's unfortunate. We are going to go ahead and play Chichester Bath.
Very strong card.
And we'll attach for turn.
What is this here in place of? It's a Spirita City Gym, right?
Yeah.
You want to get the Espirita. I think Espirita does something like it gives
all normal type, 20 more HP.
Super good.
Yes, very good. Unfortunately, though, we don't have anything to stop the inevitable, and that's game 1.
Yeah, I've got Boss and Garchomp in my hand, so even if there was some sort of shenanigans, I could go get Guzma even and switch out, evolve, and attack with either one of these things, unfortunately.
Yep.
Dragon showcased what it can do.
Indeed.
That's take a knockout every single turn. Well, I guess there was a turn I didn't, right? There was the Kyurem. The unfortunate Kyurem. There was a couple in a row? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There was Kyurem and
Drudigan, because of the counter.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yep.
right. Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and go first in this game. Oops. I'm going to go first in this game.
You want to do one more?
Oh, that was game 1.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you wanted to play a full set or
yeah.
just the
Yeah. If you're good.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. And then we will start a King of the Hill eventually. I believe that's going to be in about a month. We'll start the King of the Hill, and that is going to feature 8 gym leaders. And those gym leaders are going to go one by one, and whoever loses is actually going to be out of the tournament, and whoever wins keeps going. So they will play the next person. So what we're going to do is we're going to take whoever's the first 2 people, they're going to get probably an extra go since they're the first 2 people. But we'll just keep rotating, and we'll probably do once a week. Make sure that somebody's got the King of the Hill. And so let's say TJ's Dragon, he goes up against Water, beats Water, TJ will go the next week. Let's say Eric's playing Water, Eric wins, he'll go up the next week. So
I really hope you guys get to see Eric's Water deck. It is crazy the way it can amazing search Kyogre back to back. You hate it, but you love it, you know?
Exactly. And we already have a couple of our gym leaders picked out. We got Eric with Water, we have TJ with Dragon, of course myself with Normal. And then we have Tyler with Grass. We have Mason who's cooking up his, I believe, what was he cooking up?
Water also.
Water also, yep. So we're going to have a couple.
I'm really excited to keep working on this fire deck with the new Charizard from Pokemon Go.
Another mulligan.
Wow. We're going to 2 mulligans this game.
I play a lot of basics. Basically, my whole deck is basics.
Usually this is the other way around, and Andy is taking extra mulligans, and I'm the one worried about it.
Yeah. I am going first, though, which is good.
Absolutely.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're going to start with our boy Kecleon.
Awesome. I got Andy's favorite Pokemon to see me start with. A no weakness Pokemon that can do 160. I will take my 2 mulligans.
Yep.
Perfect.
Good luck.
Good luck, buddy.
Draw for turn. I will go ahead and play a Trekking Shoes.
Woo! That's pretty.
I'm going to discard that special charge and draw 1 more. Yeah, feels not great, but honestly,
This
when
is
you
one of
draw
the few
cards,
decks that has actual recovery, though. The fact that that Ursaluna puts the items back
Jubilee
is
Village.
really good.
We're going to go ahead and attach a powerful colorless energy to our Teddiursa here. And we're going to use Jubilee Village to shuffle my hand in and grab 5 new cards.
Diet Beach doing the trick. Now, I'm hoping for 1 or 2 cards on this top deck. That would make this an absolutely insane start to this game. One of them is Tag Call, and the other is the card Tag Call would get, and that's Guzmahala. I, unfortunately, did not get them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Level Ball.
And you can cut it down.
Actually, before I go in with the Level Ball, I think I'm going to go in, I'm going to tap.
Okay.
I'm going to go in
2, 3,
with this super sick
4,
League promo crosshatch Professor's Letter. And I'm going to go ahead and take the Water and the Fighting. Oops. This is one of those things that I really like about this deck. It has the right amount of cards to discard cards. Sometimes I play Professor's Letter right before I play Guzmahala, just to put basic energy in my discard
Matt
later
with
for
Dark
my...
GLC makes so much sense. I agree, Matt. Yeah, he's going to be one of them as well. Matt with the Dark GLC, which is only taking a couple
So
L's.
I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to Level Ball, and I'm going to Mysterious Treasure away. Probably this Water Energy. This Water Energy has so much uses for me, and the Fighting Energy really allows main use on Drampo, where it's going to go for turn.
Yep.
The Level Ball is going to go get me... Gibble, and my Mysterious Treasure is going to go get me Dratini.
Perfect.
And I know what might make Andy happy to see me play that Jubilife and shuffle my hand into my deck. I'm not going to do that. I am, in fact, going to put down Parallel City, hopefully clogging Andy's hand up with Parallel City. I am going to Corkscrew Punch for 30.
How did he know? I'm going to draw for my turn.
Spidey senses.
Yes.
Oh, sorry,
I'm
I
gonna
gotta move these up into the
bench
playing field.
Lugia. Actually, didn't even see him last game. And we're going to attach
Lugia is very strong.
a Fighting Fury Belt. We will attach a Fighting Energy to that Lugia. And we'll use Cynthia.
Sweet.
Cynthia is going to be looking to get me some kind of way for a retreat into a Snorlax maybe, or even a stadium and some more basics.
Seems good.
A Spirited City Gym here or Chichester Bath here would be really nice to make him do less damage with that Berserk, actually making my Kecleon live, unless he has that damage, which would be really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And instead we get a Cape of Toughness, which is
Very
just
good.
as good. So we're just going to use the Cape of Toughness there and pass over to you.
Alright, let's see what I've got cooking. Well, I definitely have something. I'm going to Evo Soda, and I'm going to go get this guy. I'm going to go get my Gabite, because it is insanely good. And I'm just hoping that is a little rough. Oh no! I have the Gabite. I just have rare candy in my hand. So I was hoping to go get Dragonite off of the Dragon Call. Instead,
But he gone!
I'm going to Dragon Call.
For a Dragonite, just kidding. That would be really funny.
I'm thinking I'm gonna go get everyone's favorite Dredigan. It is extremely powerful. It's honestly the strongest revenge attacker in this little format.
Indeed. And I think the most important part about it is that it doesn't have weakness.
That's right.
Very important nowadays.
It's funny in this deck. The Gibble is weak to Fairy, the Gabite is weak to Dragon, and the Garchomp is weak to nothing. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. 3 different distinct eras.
So I'm going to attach the Aurora Energy. And I think I'm going to discard this Fire Energy. Part of me really likes to see the basic energy in my discard pile. I do play a 2/2/2 of Fighting Water Fire. And having them in the discard pile is really strong for like the Raihan play. And that's the bread and butter of this deck. Unfortunately, I do not get a knockout.
The Cape doing its job.
Maybe I can take like a Fuel Blower knockout later would be sweet. I think I'm just going to Berserk for 70 damage.
And I will draw for turn. That is an okay card to get. We're going to use the Quick Ball. We're actually going to discard Winona this game.
Okay.
Winona's a great card, but this early in the game it's very difficult, or this late in the game it's kind of difficult to justify Winona, especially with the Parallel City in play. If Parallel City wasn't in play, I'd probably go grab some Pokemon with Winona and opt out of the Quick Ball, but it's just a little too late to do that, I feel.
I see a lot of GLC decks all over the place playing Avery, as Avery proved itself to be really strong in the standard format.
Cynthia?
I choose not to play Avery in most of my decks because Parallel is the better option. It's something that can stick, and just drawing 3 cards isn't that good. The only card I play in this deck that does only draw me 3 cards is Cynthia and Caitlyn, and that's just so I can go put Raihan back and use it every other turn. Tap.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will go ahead and use an Evo Soda to evolve. Oh no, this is the first time I'm looking through my deck, and he is indeed Rise.
Oh no, are we out of Ursaring?
No Ursaring.
Uh-oh. That Ursaring is a really cool attack. Drag off, right? That's drag off Ursaring.
Yep.
What does drag off do?
Drag Off brings up a Pokemon from your bench and actually does 50 damage, which is quite a bit.
Especially for such an old card, too.
Mm-hmm.
Tap.
We will attach a double Turbo Energy to Regigigas here.
Pretty good.
And we're going to go ahead and pass over to you once again.
Alright, I'm going to draw for the turn. I'm going to Dragon Call. And I'm going to go get
Not the Dragonite.
That's true. No Dragonite, unfortunately. I'm thinking this might be a choice turn to put Bagon down, though. Really unfortunate Andy wasn't able to cook up a knockout there because I will be taking the first one right here. I'm thinking it's going to be on this Teddiursa. So I'm going to boss the Teddiursa. Honestly, what I'd like to be able to do is save this for a Field Blower knockout so I can potentially knock out Lugia and Kecleon in the same turn. I'm going to Berserk for the knockout.
Okay. I will promote Lugia.
Sweet.
Draw for turn. I will play Peonia. Really unfortunate.
Peonia is extremely powerful, but has like a downside of you don't get to see your whole assortment of prize cards, and you have to replace cards with cards from your hand that you take. So it is very, very powerful, but it does have its cost.
Super Rod. Grab back just the Teddiursa.
Beautiful.
And we'll attach a double colorless and use Energy Loop Cannon, or sorry, just Energy Loop for 130 in the knockout. And I'm gonna put back the Fire Energy.
Good call. I'm going to go ahead and promote my guy.
I'm gonna grab this card.
I'm gonna draw for turn. And this is that turn I was talking about where I can play teammates, and if I can get Field Blower and Double Dragon, I will actually take 2 knockouts. There's the Double Dragon.
Hopefully Field Blower's prize.
Oh, dude. That sucks. That would really suck. Because I top decked Gladion, dude, so I could have at least taken that, but I wouldn't have a way to get that.
It is prize, yes.
Boo.
Subspace optimal prize checking. But it's difficult in a format where you have so many one-offs.
That is true. What I can do, though, is at least create the opportunity for him to knock himself out. You know, the Dragon Talon is super, super strong.
True.
So I'm going to attach this Double Dragon, and I'm going to attach the Dragon Talon. Whole lot of dragoning going on around here. And then I will Revenge for 160.
Not quite.
I guess I
Fighting
could have.
Fury Belt.
I guess I should have gone for the Fighting Fury Belt. 'Cause then I could have taken the knockout at least. But same difference, I suppose.
Draw
if you
for
have to
turn.
knock yourself out this turn.
We will attach an energy for turn. We use Max Elixir, see if it hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not quite. Yeah, I have a bunch of energy in my hand as well. So we're going to take Liza.
Be a good turn for the Live Painting Smeargle to just come in.
It would have been, yeah.
A huge knockout.
Card tap. We'll take 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this turn, because we're getting knocked out, we're going to Energy Loop Cannon back this double colorless energy.
Seems good.
And you take a knockout here, but I also take a knockout doing 130.
Sweet. So we each get a prize, which seems pretty good.
And then I am promoting this Kecleon.
I'm going to promote Gabite. Seems good. It's not like the most optimal. Actually, I probably don't want to promote this. I think, want to promote the Bagon. Draw for turn. I'm going to kill this Timer Ball. The best card or the worst card in your deck, depending on how you feel about it.
It's the worst card.
Right there, it definitely did its job. I will be happy about it.
So for those of you just tuning in, this is game 2. TJ is up 1 game with GLC Dragon.
And then what I'm going to do from here is actually kind of cool. I'm going to Dragon Call, because it's not go evolve a Pokemon. It's just go get a Pokemon and put it in your hand. I should have the availability to go take this awesome Salamence, play the rare candy.
You going back in there?
Yep. And then I'm going to play the Raihan. Let's go! Talking about how important having the water and the fire in my discard pile were. Definitely does the trick there. And this might seem a little subspace optimal. I don't know if I want to go get another basic energy to put on here. I think this might be the turn where I just bite the bullet and go take the rainbow energy. It will put a damage counter on Salamence, but getting to take the prize right here and leaving Andy with 1 Pokemon in play seems pretty okay. I will take the knockout with Fierce Dragon.
And did work out that I was able to put that Kecleon up, and his field blower was not available. So I'm going to draw for turn.
A darn shame I wasn't able to take 3 prizes in one
I'm going to
turn.
bench Ditto and Snorlax.
Woo!
I am going to attach a fire energy for the turn. And I'm going to play N.
Sweet.
Put us both down pretty low. I figure you probably drew some kind of Dragonite or something. So now you got a Dragon Call for that, if you got it. And if you didn't get it, and you got a Field Blower, then hey, you can't draw it. So
That's right. Hopefully that field blower can come back later in the form of saving me from the pot helmet.
Yep. Cutter tap.
Tap.
Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Acrobike here. I'm going to discard the grass energy. And then I will immediately use Energy Lotto, which I should have used first, supposedly. 7. No energy there.
It's really hard to see you miss on stuff like that, honestly. Like, the deck is built very,
There's
very
a lot of
consistent,
energy.
so- yeah.
Yeah.
Like, every time I see that Energy Lotto come down, I expect you to pull, like, 4 energy out of those 7 cards. I'm like, oh,
Right?
crap.
We will go ahead and play a Pal Pad to put Cynthia and N back into the deck.
Very good.
And we'll use Daunt. Daunt is doing 60 damage because of the double turbo energy.
So I already had 1.
And I reduce all damage next turn by 40.
This is going to be kind of an interesting turn for me. What can I get done? Let's look at the top deck. Not necessarily one of the cards I was looking for. I'm going to attach for the turn there. I'm really happy Andy benched that Ditto because I can Dragon Call for the Dragonite I just took out of my prizes, as he was kind to notice that I probably had a pretty big smile on my face when I took that off my prizes. I believe the boss's orders is in the deck. So I am unfortunately not seeing the boss. So what I am going to take is Kuzma's in my hand, brother. I'm gonna take this Titanoiza just to have it in my hand.
Makes sense.
And I attached. I'm very grateful that this Gabite does have a 1 retreat cost. Everything in this deck feels very big and clunky, but this is one of those Pokemon that, thank goodness, has a 1 retreat cost, so I can do stuff like get around the Daunt with a Guzma onto the Ditto, and I'm just going to retreat. I'm going to promote Gabite and retreat this 1 fighting energy. And then I'm going to take the knockout with Fierce Dragon for 100.
Yep. And I will promote Regigigas once again. I will draw for turn. And I am just going to, kind of underwhelming turn here, we're going to go with Daunt for 60 once again.
I'm going to draw for turn. I'm thinking I'm going to quick ball this Gloria. It's time to go get another guy because I really don't want to get benched out. It's hard to kind of keep a small board state while still being able to attack back-to-back turns.
Right.
I don't play a Muscle Band or a Devoured Field in this deck. If I did, that would be kind of cool, but it would give me a knockout on this Snorlax coming up here. I think what I'm just going to do is Cynthia.
Okay. Leave me with a lone Gigas.
Yep. For a while, I was testing Agatha in this list, just so I could fast call for Agatha, move 3 damage from myself, and take a knockout on literally anything, but it's just such a niche, cliche little card. It doesn't really fit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to put down Gatejaw Bog.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attach for turn to Kyurem. Seems pretty sweet. And then I'm going to use Salamance's ability, Intimidating Roar, which normally would give Andy an option, but because he doesn't have very many Pokemon to play, only 2, it is a straight give me up that Snorlax. And then I am going to use Fierce Dragon for 100 damage.
Okay, I'm going to draw for my turn.
Sweet.
I will attach a double colorless energy to Snorlax. And I will Gormandize for 4. 1, 2, 3.
Draw for the turn.
I have not been doing this, so I will do this now. Okay. There we go, 2 to 4.
I'm going to check out Yield Discard Pile. The card I'm thinking I want to take back is Druddigan. I'm going to play the Rescue Stretcher for the Druddigan.
Okay.
I will put it down this turn is what feels good. Andy didn't take a knockout last turn, so I'm a little bit unmotivated to play this, but I am going to play Cynthia's Ambition. People will criticize me for not playing Colress in this deck, but when I'm playing Parallel, using Intimidating Roar, and trying to take a knockout every single turn, Colress for 5 does not seem very good, where at least I can hold on to the resources in my hand, put 2 more cards in my hand, get something like this Floatstone seems good, and a Special Charge is insane. Pow! That is the card I was really hoping to see. And I think...
Game 3, no, this is Game 2. Game 2, Dragons up 1 game.
About to be up another. Hooyah! Alright. Now, I'm thinking what I'm going to do here actually is Intimidating Roar once more.
Okay.
And I'm going to do the 100 damage to Regigigas now that the effective Daunt is gone. Having just 30 health left feels very good.
Okay. And I will draw for turn. I'm going to use Parallel City to lock you to 3.
Seems good. I honestly might just get rid of this Gabite. It's going to serve me no purpose at this point in the game. I really need supporters, and I need to be able to hit stuff hard. So this seems optimal.
We are going to bench Minchino. I will use Guzma and Hala to discard a water energy and a boss to grab Viridian Floatstone, and that's it. Tap. And we will. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and play the Floatstone here, and we're gonna retreat into Snorlax. Attach a twin energy.
Woohoo! The Gormandai Snorlax swinging!
That's an expensive
Yeah!
Snorlax right there.
First time seeing it, you gotta love it.
And we'll go Body Slam. You're not paralyzed, but you're knocked out.
So
So
who cares? Woo! That was sweet, honestly. Love it.
we'll go to this card.
Alright, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to promote Huron. This card seems to prove itself over and over again.
I knew I should have grabbed Chichester back.
Let me see what I have.
Prevent the outrage now.
Exactly. That's the Frost Spear damage is huge.
Right?
I mean, I could at that point revenge for nothing. Like revenge for the 40 would do it, provided it didn't get to attack first.
True.
Kind of want to really check on my resources here, see if there's anything like, because when you play Super Rod, you have to take the 3. So you either love it or you hate it. Some people choose to play Ordinary Rod. It just depends on the deck. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to Super Rod. And what I'm going to put back is these 2 dudes. And I think I'm going to put back Drampa. I really love this Drampa. It is strong. It does the trick. Put that back in my deck. And I'm going to play the Versus Seeker for Raihan. I'm going to play this Raihan. I'm going to put a Water Energy from my discard pile onto here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and get the Double Dragon energy back. Thank goodness the special charge came into my hand when it did, so I could do that.
Yep.
And it is a little bit unfortunate both of these are actually at that nice 30 range where I can't just ping them for a knockout.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna Frost Spear for the knockout here, and I'm gonna put those 20 damage on Regigigas.
Okay.
And that way, no matter what reduction it gets, as long as I'm hitting it for at least 50,
Draw for turn.
I get to knock it out.
We will Field Blower the Floatstone. We're going to go ahead and use Rescue Stretcher to put back the Lugia.
Sweet.
We are going to Raihan. Catch an electric energy to probably the Regigigas. Grabbing.
And if anyone here hasn't seen them already, the lists for both of these decks have individual posts on the Controlled Chaos Gaming Instagram page.
Yes.
If you're at all curious, what do these guys have cooking in these 2 lists? They are both posted for anyone to see on the Instagram page.
And I'm going to use Viridian Forest to grab a Psychic Energy.
Sweet.
And the Psychic Energy has to grab me Pot Helmet. That's kind of just it. pot helmet.
You're gonna make do it.
I'm gonna make do the second energy. I needed to find Mallow and Lana, but I didn't.
Oh, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, because I was gonna Mallow and Lana, and then I had Field Blower and stuff. So I'm gonna make two. 1, 2. I did actually find the pot helmet, but I can't do anything, unfortunately, except for retreat. I don't really want to retreat, so I'm just gonna go out with style and use Daunt for 60.
Cool.
And then you're doing 70 less damage.
Yep. But I actually have the Guzmahala. I'm just going to get rid of Gladiator, the Tag Call. And this is just like contingency for my next turn. In case there were to be one, I just go get these two.
Yep.
Not even going to take a stadium. Because I actually like this Viridian Forest. My fighting deck plays fire and ground energy. My dragon deck plays fire, ground, and water, so the ability just to go get them is very good. I'm going to attach that Prism energy right here to my Drago. I'm also going to attach the Vital Fury Belt, and I'm going to, for the game, I'm going to, oh wait, so it's reduction to 70?
Yeah, so you're still...
So I'd still, yeah, for sure. Frost Spear for the knockout here, and I would put 20 on Lugia. Take my last prize.
Yep.
The pesky Field Blower.
Yep. So Dragon ends up getting it. That was a really good game, though. Yeah, knocking out the Teddiursa absolutely destroyed the game plan. And I could not find the Mallow and Lana, which I do play. Mallow and Lana would have enabled me to survive that attack from QREM. It actually only would have done 30 damage, which would have been awesome. And would have put me at 30, and then the next turn, I was trying to think, if I get Chichester back, I think I can still survive the Drudigan hit. You do 160 minus 70 is 70.
Actually done 170 with the Fighting Fury Belt.
Ooh. 170 minus 70, so you were doing 100. With the Chichester, I would have survived, but yep, we didn't quite get there. So, awesome. Well, here, that's it for this stream.